I am happy to upset you. I am so happy to have you angry with me. I want you to understand that I take your anger and I turn it into energy. I take your malice and I use it for fuel.
I ain't got no problem. Oh my God. Nah, family, we not doing that. Not the rainbow gang. No rainbow. Listen. Authentically born, naturally born, biologically born, ancestrally born black women only. We're not doing the genetically modified bodies. We're not doing genetically modified genders. I'm not into that, family. No genetically modified queens. No surgically modified queens. I don't do surgery either, ladies. I don't do surgery. Okay? So if the rear end did not come with the car, I don't want it. If the headlights didn't come with the car, I don't want it. If you didn't come out your mom with the rear end, if you didn't come out your mom with the headlights, I don't want it. Organic queens cooking organic food. Organic queens cooking organic food. That's the only way we want it. That's the only way we want it. But it's consciousness over the cookies. So let's get back to the Pan-Africanism. It's consciousness over the cookies. So let's get back to the Pan-Africanism. RUTHLESS. RUTHLESS. White supremacy is ruthless. Machiavelli said it best: the ends will always justify the means. If we got to pump your boys full of autism, if we got to pump AIDS into your homosexuals, if we got to homosexualize and lesbianize your boys, whatever we got to do, if we got to go to Africa and poison the food and poison the soil, if we got to give you poor health care, if we have to do use your prisoners as research monkeys, whatever we got to do, mass genocide, abortion, hysterectomy, whatever we got to do, it don't matter what we do. There is no sin so great that white supremacy will not use it. There is no sin so great that white supremacy will not use it. There is no sin. There is nothing that you can name where the white folks would say, we're not going to do that because that's just wrong. You will never see that. You will never see that. You will never see that. World War II, they said you can't drop the atomic bomb on the Japanese people because that'll kill the babies and the women and the unborn and mess the soil up. When I was in Japan a couple years ago, they told me that the area where America dropped the nuclear bomb, food still don't grow. Nothing can live there even now. America, the only nation to drop a nuclear weapon on another people. They don't have no political morals. They don't have no economic boundaries or borderlines. They don't have no rule book for what you can and can't do to another people.
Respectful.
Yeah, very good.
All right.
All due respect to Dwayne Wade and his wife, what they did to his son was a spiritual tragedy. To allow a child to permanently transform his gender away from the masculine expression of the divine to the feminine, artificially feminine expression of the divine was an absolute tragedy of black consciousness and culture. My doctorate is in psychology. My specialty is children. What's the first thing they teach you in child development? Children don't know who they are. Children don't know what they want. A child hasn't made up their mind yet. A child is still searching. So if a child don't know who they are, how you gonna let a 12-year-old tell you? I want to spend the rest of my life as a woman, and I know I want to do this at 12. That goes against white psychology. Forget African psychology. That goes against white psychology. But notice, whenever the government has an agenda, they throw science out the window. They muzzle everybody on it. and they say, children can now decide if they want to be men or women while they're still children.
See, the difference, brothers and sisters, is when black people use drugs, we're treated like criminals. When white people use drugs, they're treated like patients. When black people use drugs, we're treated like predators. When white people use drugs, they're treated like victims. When black people use drugs, it's attributed to our culture. When white people use drugs, it's attributed to the fact that the government isn't doing enough to keep drugs off the streets. I mean, look at the difference in how they deal with black folks who use drugs, and look at the current opioid crisis. You don't see them name calling these white young folks addicted to opioids. You don't see them arresting these white young folks who are addicted to the opioids. You don't see the criminalization of white opioid addicts like you see the criminalization of black people who suffer from substance abuse problems.
Stand with my sister Jess Hilarious. I'm glad she took the stand because so many black women are afraid to speak up. What Jess Hilarious is doing is important. It's critical that it gets done. We're not going to allow her to get canceled. She's doing the right thing. A biological man can never be a biological woman. He will never get a menses. His breast will never develop milk. He will never carry a child. Last time I checked, women have an XX chromosome. Men have an XY, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't matter how much sexual reassignment surgery you get. You will never have a double X chromosome. Men cannot be women. They can only be made to look like them. Women cannot be men. They can only be made to look like them. But here's the difference. I don't really see biological women living as artificial men trying to speak for black men. I'm seeing biological men living as artificial women trying to speak for black women.
The rappers are some of the biggest traitors in the black community, but I can't separate them from the community too because we gave birth to them. Let me give you an example. The reason our young black males don't have role models so they got to get them off television. You know why they got to get them off TV? The rapper is not the role model. The basketball player, the football player would not be the role model if the black professional did not abandon the inner city. The only reason why your son got to snatch Lil Wayne and Lil Durk and LeBron off TV is because he don't see you in his community. 75 years ago, the dentist, the lawyer, the engineer, the author, the scholar, no matter how much money he made, no matter how many degrees he had, he still had to live in the ghetto because there was no integration yet. They lived right with us. So we still had identity. We still had unity because the millionaire was right across the street from the person on public assistance. But after integration came, it destroyed that and it stratified the oppression you see. And so once adult black male had the opportunity to escape the ghetto, we did. We abandoned black boys, and that's how the rapper became the role. So even the bus driver, even the post office brother, a lot of them are in the suburbs now. So a lot of our boys, the only men around
the drug dealers
are those breaking the law. Everybody else has ran away to a white community. I would argue gangster rap never evolves from hip hop if black men were still in it. There is no gangster rap. NWA never happened. Well, where my Leos at? Leo season is coming. Where the Leos at? Leo season is coming. Leo season is coming. She said, there was plenty of times I almost got caught. Plenty of times I ran into some dangerous situations. But whenever that happened, I would drop on my hands and knees and pray to God. And whenever I did that, my Lord, my God, my Creator would find a way for me out of no way. Queen Mother Harriet said, there was times I thought they would have got me. But I was not afraid, because if the Lord would have let them take me, and if I would have been killed or lynched or worse, I would have accepted that as a message from my God that I had done my duty and it was time to come on home. And Queen Mother Harriet always took a gun with her. She always took a gun. Because there was a lot of Willie Lynch chip activated Negroes on the Underground Railroad. I said there was a whole bunch of Willie Lynch chip activated Negroes on the Underground Railroad. And Queen Mother Harriet had a rifle. And she said every time a Negro tried to turn back because they was too scared to go forward. Woo!
every time a Negro wanted to turn back because they were too scared to go forward, I would cock my rifle and I would look them dead in the eye and I would say, dead Negroes tell no tales. You go on or you die right here. I'm going to say it again. Dead Negroes tell no tales. You go on or you die right here.
I would not be surprised if we learned 20, 30 years from now that the domestic gender war was inspired by the FBI, just as the FBI gave birth to COINTELPRO back in the 70s and 60s to disrupt and destroy the credibility and success of Black liberation movements. I could very well see where COINTELPRO or something similar to it could have also been invented to turn the Black woman against the Black man and the Black man against the Black woman. The family is an institution, no different than SNCC, no different than CORE, no different than the Panthers, no different than the Garvey movement, no different than the Freedom Riders. But I really do believe that at some point we're going to find out that the U.S. government had a hand in the gender wars and the promotion of it, because I don't think it's a coincidence that this Black male versus Black female gender war is being initiated at the very same time that the U.S. government is pushing transgenderism on elementary Black public school children.
Donated to FDMG yet? Make sure you get on your PayPal, brother. Get on your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Make sure you give us money. I got no money. That's all right. When you get you some money, you give us a little donation, all right?
I'm capping, bro. I'm not capping. I'm broke.
That's all right. You'll get some money soon. Stop calling yourself broke. You're just without funds right now. You're not broke, brother. You got your spirit. You got your ancestors. You got the Most High. You got the universe, brother. You not broke. Don't you ever say you broke again. You are without funds. The finances are low right now, but you not broke. Do you feel me? You are always a king. You are always a king. Don't you ever get off your throne, and money don't determine if you a king or not. Do you feel me?
Yes, Lord.
Unapologetically African alpha males. That's what we doing at FDMG. Unapologetically African alpha males. I'm tired of Black men saying I'm broke, because when you say you broke, you saying your spirit is broke. When you say you broke, you telling your consciousness that your spirit is broke. Your spirit ain't never broke, brother. Don't no money make or break you. Don't no money make or break. We ain't broke. I'm tired of Black men saying I'm broke. You ain't broke, brother. If you was broke, you wouldn't be walking. If you was broke, you wouldn't be standing. In order for you to be broke, mean there ain't no creator, there ain't no ancestors, there ain't no Orishas, there ain't no low. We ain't never broke. We made of divine material, brother. The same elements of the universe are the elements in your body. We are never broke. We are never broke. We always fixing to get free, fixing to build another institution, fixing to get married, fixing to raise our kids, fixing to build a community. We ain't broke. We always fixing. You understand? That's facts, brother. It's Pan-Africanism of Paris. We not playing with these people.